Well, YouTube, just thought I'd bring you this message that about 3 o'clock this morning, the New Madrid fault decided to have a big burp up in northwest Indiana. This thing has got me so shook I don't know what to do. We've been strongly advised by the town inspectors, authorities, etc., everybody and their brother. They were going around here in all kind of cars with speakers on them, telling us to stay out of our houses until they could be inspected. Everybody's car and house alarms was going off at the same time, and they're trying to do their speakers, and people run around hollering, yelling at each other what's going on. And it was a madhouse. They finally got calmed down. I'm not calmed down. I'm sure a lot of us aren't calmed down, but we all have well water out here, and it's like a double whammy with that. They of course they shut the electricity off, and they're worried about the threat of radon gas. One of the guys, the inspectors or whoever he was, came around with one of the sniffer machines, and he had some kind of reading on something, but he's not sure what it is. Now here we also have, you got some people that have propane gas delivery, and that's what feeds our house. Other people have gas lines that go, natural gas goes right to their house. So they're afraid to have broken gas lines. They don't even know about any electrical disruptions. I can tell you our electricity went off shortly after the incident, and I suspect that was from the the inspectors of the utility. Did that as a precaution before they even came out, because it was like just a few minutes later after the earthquake stopped. They told us that if we do go in and go into our houses for anything and we get hurt or worse, that they're not responsible, because they have it recorded that they advised us not to enter the structures. They think the foundations are in question. Now, they haven't even given us a good word on what the magnitude of the quake was. It's just speculation for right now. And I'll tell you what, I've never been through anything like that in my life. It was really horrendous. I mean, the whole room, you get thrown out of bed. And when you step out of bed, you get flung face first into a wall. Stuff was falling off the walls. I fell off the wall right back onto the bed. I had to get down on my hands and knees and crawl to the door and make sure my wife was okay and get her to crawl into the front door and out of the house. And we were hanging on to a big heavy bush out in the front yard. And that's about the same time as when all those car alarms started. And I already said that. I'm sorry. I just can't think I don't know what to do for right now, especially that my wife's gone from here. I sent her up to my son's, our oldest son house up north, where they're okay. And I'm just shook, that's all. I have to stop and regroup, gather my thoughts. Please excuse me for indulging here. I haven't had a cup of coffee or a glass of water. As you know, that's the other thing is, now that I think about it, we have all this stuff. I was sitting here thinking, what are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? I sent my wife away. I have to be the one to stay here and watch the house, protect it against looters and incidentals, what have you, you know. Anyway, now that I think about it, I just ask myself a question. What have you been doing for the last couple of years? Prepping. Use it. You can do this. You can get through this. I have to go back in there and get all my stuff, or as much as I can anyway, without taking a chance on anything. They said if you go in there, and you better make sure you have some light, because you don't want to fall on a cracked foundation, stuff like that. Where is it? Let's see here. I got a pocket there somewhere. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, I can do this. Think. That's the bad part. You can't think at a time like this. Yeah, that's better. Haven't had any of that for a while, too. I don't even know what time it is. Well, let's see. I guess it's about 2 or a little after. Now the important stuff. It's getting warm out here. I'm not sitting under the trees, so number one, I'm getting thirsty. Water. I got water. Number two, shelter. I don't have any shelter out here yet. I'm sure I could do something. Number three, food. Well, eastern white cottontail rabbit is abundant out here, but I'm not about to eat one of them in the middle of the summer or beginning of summer. yeah. Rice and beans. Mountain house. Dehydrated stuff. Freeze-dried stuff. Too early for the veggie garden, but got a lot of store canned stuff. Let's see. Gonna need all the light I can get my hands on for tonight. I got some solar stuff I gotta drag out here. Communication. I got a solar radio, thank God. I got a solar lantern, solar overhead lights. I got one more solar outfit that was a present from my buddy, but he didn't know it yet. I'll mention that later when I bring it out. Give him a shout out. That feels a little better, getting back to some normal talk. Shout out. Plenty of shouting going on 3 o'clock this morning, let me tell you. Well, you would think I had plenty of rest since 3 o'clock this morning, but it couldn't be any further from the truth. I do need some rest. I better get to work on that shelter. And by the way, yeah, I have a brand new 2-person hammock that my wife got me for Christmas, not last year, but the year before. Never used it yet. I sure as hell am not sleeping on the ground out here. We have snakes that big around. But the first one I killed was 52 inches long. So I sure as hell am not sleeping on the ground. So anyway, yeah, I gotta get some food, water, and shelter out here. I did grab the protection. See. It's one of those non-slip foam holsters. I don't know what I could do. I got the shed full of stuff. I know there's some stuff in there I could use. I know there is. I'll have to get in there, and that's an idea. I could sleep in there, couldn't I? I don't think so. I don't want to sleep on plywood. I would if I had to, though, I guess. If I get way too tired. Well, this is NWI Prepper 19113, reporting from Northwest Indiana about the earthquake, the New Madrid earthquake of 2014.